Hi Redbirds, it's Riley. Let's make cauliflower pizza crust with grilled eggplant and tomatoes. For this recipe, you're going to need 1 medium head of cauliflower, 1 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese, 2 eggs, a teaspoon of dried oregano, salt and pepper, a little bit of olive oil, 2 diced Roma tomatoes, half a cup of shredded mozzarella cheese, a handful of parsley, and of course, our eggplant. This is about 1 cup of eggplant. The first thing we're going to do is put our cauliflower into a food processor and pulse it until it has a rice-like consistency. Now, if you don't have a food processor, you can use a blender or even a cheese grater, and it will give you about the same results. So we're just going to put some of our cauliflower in and pulse it. All right. And then we're just going to put this into a microwavable bowl. All right. Then we're just going to keep doing this until all of our cauliflower is used up. All right, now that we have our cauliflower head blended to the consistency of rice, we're going to microwave this uncovered for 8 minutes. All right, once you have your cauliflower microwaved, spread it out on a thin towel and let it cool until it becomes a temperature at which you can handle. And then we're going to just kind of ball it up. What we're about to do is squeeze all the water out. Now, it might feel kind of dry right now, but it's really not. And the key to this recipe is getting all the water out of this cauliflower. So we're just going to kind of twist it and squeeze that water out until there's none left. This is going to take a little while. And once your towel becomes really wet, go ahead and just put it into a new towel because you have to get all that water out. Okay. Then it's kind of balling up. Just kind of transfer it over. Gets out pretty easy. Then just do the same thing. You should do this until when you touch it with a paper towel, that paper towel isn't very wet when you pull it away. As you can see, I got a lot of water out of that cauliflower. And like I said before, this is key because this is our crust, and if a lot of water is left in our cauliflower, the crust is just going to fall apart and be really soggy, which we do not want. So to make our crust, we're going to put our 2 eggs into a bowl and just lightly beat, followed by our cauliflower. Okay. Just kind of coat that cauliflower with the egg. The egg is what's going to bind this all together. Then add your cup of shredded Parmesan cheese, your oregano, and your salt and pepper. And then just mix this until it's combined. All right. Now, we're going to form our pizza crust. So, line a pan with parchment paper. You want it to be parchment and not wax because it will stick to the wax but not the parchment. And then we're just going to lightly coat with olive oil. To make sure our pizza doesn't stick. And now we're going to form our crust. Okay. So we're just going to press on it until it's pretty thin. You don't want it too thin though, because you do want it to hold. And then just, shape into a circle. You want to make sure that the edges are not too raised, because these will start to burn before the crust is set. All right. Once it's how you want, we're going to put this in the oven at 450 degrees for about 14 minutes, just until it starts to brown a little bit. All right, once we have our pizza nice and brown, it's time to add our toppings. In here, the possibilities are endless. You can really put whatever you want on your pizza. Today, though, we're going to keep it simple and just put a little bit of mozzarella cheese. Nice and even on there. Some tomatoes. And, of course, our grilled eggplant. Then we're just going to put this back into the oven until our cheese is nice and melted and our tomatoes are nice and warm. All right, all that's left to do is to add our fresh parsley to the top. You're going to want to let the pizza cool before you cut into it, but already I can tell that we did our pizza crust right because it's staying nice and firm and not falling apart, which means we got enough water out. So, I know this week was eggplant week, but I'm pretty sure the cauliflower stole the show this week. See you next time.